So much, Joe. The debate over gun control is capturing the nation's attention. In Connecticut, several new gun reform laws are making their way through the state capitol.
But some are concerned the state is not keeping up with the laws that are currently on the books. News 8 lead investigative reporter George Colley explains what's happening.
Connecticut passed some of the toughest gun laws in the nation following the Sandy Hook tragedy. One of the reforms that came from it was needing to register your gun into a state database. But we've learned that there's a several-month-long backlog, thousands of guns still waiting to be entered into the system. The paperwork registration for thousands of guns legally purchased over the last several months are waiting to be entered into the state database system. The revelation came during a public hearing with the Public Safety Commissioner in Hartford last week.
There's 18,000 pending transactions that are not in the system. So if I'm a law enforcement officer or a trooper responding to a scene, or if I pull somebody over, that system is not updated. So if I bought a pistol in the last month, chances are that's not recorded in the system for the safety and benefit of our officers.
The commanding officer of State Police Administrative Services blames the backlog on budget and staffing.
The current backlog at this time due to staffing shortages of office assistants, processing technicians. We try not to tie up full-duty troopers in that regard, but oftentimes we do put light-duty personnel into those units to supplement the civilian staff.
Since that hearing, Oler says the committee was informed the backlog increased to more than 21,500 in the last few days.
In a post-Sandy Hook world, when we had Public Act 13.3, the most comprehensive gun bill in the nation, passed, and our law-abiding gun owners continue day after day to follow the law, but it's the state that is letting them down now.
Oler isn't the only one concerned with what the impact could be to anyone that is pulled over with a gun that isn't entered in the system.
Sure, the police will run their permit. Sure, they'll see that they're a lawful gun owner by state standards. But when the number of the gun doesn't come up in their database, there's probably going to be a likelihood for a detained traffic stop by an individual who is following the laws.
Scott Wilson, president of the Connecticut Citizens Defense League, says the state needs to look into the issue.
Right now, they're seeking to pass more gun laws in the state of Connecticut while they can't even follow the existing laws themselves.
Wilson says that an audit of the entire state agency may be necessary. George Colley, News 8.